It's 7 o'clock. It's brisk, it's chilly, it's nowhere near as chilly as yesterday. I'm gonna wear this breaker just for maybe the first 30-40 minutes until I start working up a little bit of heat. Rawlins is where I'm headed. I got my first injury though. I went to sleep fine, but it looks like I got a little bit of a groin injury. So took some aspirin, and I don't know what it's gonna be like sitting on a seat, but I'm gonna give it a go. My fallback is I think I have two fallbacks if this gets a little out of control. Sarasota, which is where I was gonna go yesterday, which is 20 miles down the road. I can always hang up there. My buddy Andre, looks like that's gonna be his landing spot for today anyway, so we could always hook up, maybe grab a meal or something. But I really wanna get to Rawlins because that camping place sounds great. And the enticement of a chicken fried steak also sounds pretty good. So I'm gonna really try to get there. I have no idea about the winds. The Wi-Fi over here is pretty bad. So I'm hoping that I'm not fighting into a heavy wind like I did the last 2 days. I've got 60 miles to go with some average incline elevation to kind of fight through. So yeah, time to just get it done. All right, 22 miles done. I took a wrong turn. Google told me to go a certain way, which led me to a dirt road. I went about 3 miles on the dirt road and then realized that it's taking me to a very remote way to Rawlins, which is going to be over 30 miles of dirt roads and maybe even worse than that. I actually saw a lady on a little mountain bike riding by, like a local. And she said there was like a special loop that they do on that area. And she said that the way I was talking about is going to be even more remote, like going through ranches type road. So I'm turning back and going the other way. And now it looks like, so I've got about 40 miles to go, but it looks like 15 of those miles, the last 15 miles, I have to bike on Highway 80, Interstate 80. And she said that she's seen people walk on that interstate, and she always wondered, and I double checked, and the bike route actually says right on Interstate 80. So it's legal. I'm sure it won't be fun. It looks like it's going to be 15 miles. So we'll see what that's all about. But I don't think there are really any other options if I'm going the way that I'm going. All right, 35 miles done. Not a bad ride. I stopped for a state historical marker, and that's what I get. Basically a trail back in old days. Well, here we go. 45 miles done. I've got an interesting section ahead of me. I'm actually going to be riding on the interstate, I-80, 23 and a half miles. It's the only way to do it. It's what the bike program says you should. They basically say heavy traffic, but a smooth, wide shoulder. And it's allowed by the state. So I've been on roads that were in much worse condition, where the drivers were riding 85 anyway with a small shoulder. So I'm just gonna get on it and get it over with. Rawlins is on the other side. That's my stop. Well, this is the place. And I mean, this thing is just lined up gravel field with RVs as far as you can see. This little grass area, they call this the pavilion. This is where campers can stay. The good news is 16 bucks. There's, I don't know, 300 feet. There's bathroom and showers. It's really hot right now, but it's supposed to get cold. It's supposed to get down after the sun goes down, so that works good. I'm gonna make this my spot. I see a picnic table there. I see a little tree there with some shade growing, so I think I'm going to set it up hopefully this time better in line with where the shade's gonna be. I don't expect to be in it for a while anyway. But yeah, this is home for tonight. A little warm. All right. Okay, I moved my spot. If I'm gonna be the only one here, I am going to commandeer this glorious shaded carport and then put my tent where that marker is by that shade tree. I'm trying to be smarter to try to determine where the shade's gonna go before I put my tent down. Here's something else I noticed funny, and it's happened to me once before. My watch is saying 2 o'clock, my phone is saying 3 o'clock. So I must be right on the edge of Pacific time zone. So I don't know, I'll check into that. No, Apple's just confused. Pacific time zone doesn't start until Oregon or like the edge of Montana. So no, we're good. Apple's watch is confused. There's a chance I might missed it again. I think it might go to the right. I completely missed the tent, but the stakes aren't as high now because it's not as humid. So once it gets cooler, it'll all be good. I should know better than this. Put the tent up. I went to go get a meal while this thing was cooling down. I left the flaps open, and then it just pours rain by one crazy cloud. And now I've basically got a wet tent on the inside. I'm holding my sleeping bag. It looks like it only got the opening. My pillow's wet. I don't know why I didn't close the flap, but it was like there were like no clouds in the sky. I just wanted to cool this place down. I guess I learned my lesson. I guess now I'm glad I missed the shade. It's gonna kind of hopefully help things dry out a little bit. I got my pillow sitting on my chair over there, trying to get that sucker dry. One side's wet, so I'll use the driest side, I guess. Dang it.